Hello everybody, welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz as we now move into round 13 of F1 2017 Season 6 Career Mode with Ben Waterworth, Toro Rosso driver. My name is Ben Waterworth, YouTube video host, and we're excited to get here into Monza, a circuit that we should surely win, and a circuit that hopefully we can get our first pole position at since our very first season of F1 2016. Let's get into this. Won here last year, won our very first Grand Prix in this game ever in F1 2016. So we've won here twice before. It's our most successful track in terms of victories. And we are very much looking forward to stretching the beautiful power of this engine out. Because we have the most powerful engine in F1. If this is the first time you've ever joined us here on Casual Gamer Oz, we have upgraded this engine to the absolute peak capacity. We have the most powerful engine in this game. So this circuit is definitely one that we do very, very well at. We got a sponsorship bonus in terms of 750 R&D points, which we've already done an upgrade on. We've done it on the aerodynamics, and that will be in place for Singapore. Obviously, you want a nice aero update into Singapore, given the nature of that circuit. So that will be in place for the next one there. As I thought I'd just update you on that one, of course. Now we lose it through the Lesmos there. As we come up here towards Ascari, sitting in 5th at the moment. Not where we want to be. We want to be up a little bit further than this. I think we should catch up here. We don't run ourselves too wide. Of course, if you're just tuning in again, first time Casual Gamer Oz, we are implementing flashbacks, given that we are trying to get the fuck out of Toro Rosso. And only use them if we have to. And hopefully we won't have to hear in qualifying. Just hanging on to the back here. We're not going to get pole, but we might crack that top 4. 3rd, so rare that we crack the top 4. And obviously the top 4 is pretty locked in outside of getting a pole position. So disappointed not to get the pole. We miss our pole by 1/10. Mercedes lock out the front row. And we out-qualified the Ferraris in Italy, so they won't be too happy with us in terms of the fans. But reputation points, that should do slightly okay. So let's get through this. Mentioned with the flashbacks, yeah, so we'll only implement them when we have to, as we try and get ourselves out of Toro Rosso. Just, of course, for those who are tuning in, this might be the very first video you watch of Casual Gamer. I haven't been watching these in order or anything along those lines. So let's see how we can do here. Won here twice on the podium previously as well. Generally when we finish this Grand Prix, we always finish in the top 4. There's a little bit of a stat for you there. Just looking at my records in front of me. Have we won this rivalry yet? Okay. Whew, reputation going up more with Ferrari and Mercedes, and of course Red Bull did offer us that role in the middle of the season, but we obviously didn't take it. We're going to dry race, that's good. Fitted a new engine to give ourselves ultimate power. Okie dokie. This is for a hat-trick of victories, and make it 7 out of the last 8 victories, and we will take the lead in the World Drivers' Championship. Shall we win this Grand Prix? No matter where Vettel finishes. So we're only, 4 points behind him. So we win, we lead the championship for the very first time in our career. We've already exceeded our previous season's best points haul. So it's the most successful season to date, of course. And we should be on the inside, being in 3rd, should we not? I'm pretty sure the racing lines... No, it's not. Of course it isn't. Alright, well, we'll put it into rich mode. We've got 2 Mercedes to contend with here at the front. It's Italy. It's Monza. Let's get to it. We're going to chop straight across there to cover the inside. And we have a very racy Ricciardo, if you don't mind. Well, Danny Rick. Oh, I'm going to get squeezed there between a Ferrari and a Red Bull. Oh, I just get a tiny bit of damage there. And we are going to have to flashback. I was trying to avoid a flashback there where possible. And I have to do one. Based on the fact that I actually ended up getting spun. And can we take the lead here into the first corner? Oh, I'm going to have to... Well, yep. How have I knocked the front wing? What did I hit? I didn't hit anyone. Obviously, curb hopping there. Anyway, we take the lead. Bit unconventionally there, if you don't mind. But, look, we'll take it. through that flashback, of course. I think we actually managed to do alright in that flashback until we actually ultimately got spun. So, yeah, that was kind of where that came from. I was actually going to keep that damage on the front one because it was only yellow. And I think we could have lived with that here. But obviously, ultimately, we ended up getting spun. And meanwhile, I'm taking the lead. A decent start. Thanks, Jeff. I just went from third to first. Okay, what more would you want from me, you cock? Fucking moron. Decent start. Does he want me to lead by 30 seconds at this point? Fucking knobhead. Such a bipolar prick. Anyway, Bottas is second. And this is good for the championship because Vettel has at least got to be in fourth. Because Hamilton's in third. So we know that he's no higher than fourth. So championship-wise, not only will we take the lead, we'll take a big chunk out of Seb as well. So we'll maintain it. Actually, we're going to take it out of rich mode. We're just going to put it in the standard mode now. Because we don't really need to push it because we're in the lead. And, yeah. We don't really need to increase our gap because I feel that we will maintain a bit of a gap here over the Mercedes, as you can see there. So there's no real reason for us to risk the car, risk the engine. We can even switch this completely off our little screen there. For once, have a nice little clear bottom corner on our screen. Look at us stretching our legs there from Valtteri. So this is looking very handy, but we knew this was going to be the case because this is where our engine upgrades work and basically buys you a guaranteed victory at Monza. So there you go, a bit of research for you there, kids at home. You want to guarantee yourself a win at any circuit, upgrade the shit out of your engine and Monza's basically yours. Monza's your bitch. And Belgium can be your bitch too if you just can negotiate the little bit more of the technicalities that is Spa-Francorchamps. And yeah. Anyway, for a car now that's in standard rev mode, we are definitely waltzing away at the front. Should set a fastest lap here as we come into the Parabolica. Keep this circuited on the track, which is not what we're going to do. Won't flash back that because we haven't lost the position. Just cost us the fastest lap, and we're going to get a big run in here by the Mercedes behind us. Hamilton's taken second, by the way. And see, we're not that anal with the flashbacks. Only if we had have binned it completely would we have used it there. Whoa, you don't want to ride the curbs into that first section. Whoa, look at the racing there. Raikkonen's actually in fourth, so Vettel's dropped way back. Vettel's in at least 5th place there. So that's going to be at least a 15-point gain on him. So I'm going to have at least a double-figure lead on Seb Vettel. So that's very good for our championship hopes. And again, I'm not too focused on winning the championship this season. Again, that would just be a bonus if we can do it. I'm more focused on getting into a red car or a silver car, if that can be a better offer than a Red Bull. So there you go. Hamilton and Bottas and Raikkonen all very much in touch there. Where's 4th? Vettel's way back. If he's in 5th, I should say. Vettel is in 5th. He's miles back, and we saw a Red Bull getting very racy with us at the start, so he could even be in 6th. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. Can't really see who is in 5th because there's a very long way back. If we can maintain ourselves here at the Parabolica, surely this time around we can set that fastest lap we wanted to set previously. Well, we stay on the circuit this time around, so there's your positives. Can we get the fastest lap? We cannot. Alright, let's lap it in rich mode here because we're going to set a fastest lap here at Monza. It was the very first time we ever set a fastest lap in this game, at least. Not necessarily including F1 2016. I believe we did back when we got 3rd back in our very first attempt in that wet race, which we could have pushed for the victory, but we had to back off slightly on our rich mode. Alonso out of the race! We have a retirement! How rare is that, folks? Now, I don't know if that was because of a crash or because of an engine failure, but it looks as though there's a gap going on behind us. So maybe there's some sort of accident. I've not seen that very rarely in our 5-lap races, that there's a retirement in the middle of the race. Generally, retirements come at the beginning of the race due to some sort of collision. So I understand they obviously happen in longer races, but obviously we only do the 5-lap races here on Casual Gamer Oz. So never seen that before. Interesting. Alright, we go purple again. We're pushing for this fastest lap, and I think we're going to get it, barring any misfortunes coming through the last section of the circuit. We are waltzing away at front. This is still on difficulty level 60. We haven't decreased it, I should say, down to 10 like we did for Hungary, or 0 like we did in Monaco. So imagine if we had it on 0, how far ahead would we be? But this will be the new fastest lap of the Grand Prix as we cross the line easily. We go nearly 1.5 seconds quicker than our previous fastest lap. And we now enter our final lap. We prepare to win our 3rd consecutive race and our 7th out of the last 8 Grand Prix, and we will take the lead in the World Drivers' Championship. Wow. Absolutely wow. Surely Ferrari is ours if we just can keep this form up. We can end our last 4 seasons here on Casual Gamer Oz with no flashbacks, back to where we started from. Kind of keep it'll be interesting sort of parallel, won't it? Our first 4 seasons completely natural in terms of no flashbacks or anything along those lines. Obviously our 2 middle seasons, 5 and 6, would have used flashbacks to help us get our reputation, and then 7, 8, 9 and 10, no flashbacks, and hopefully we can keep our reputation up to a level where Ferrari don't fire us. So there you go. Nice bookended career. Hopefully we can maintain it though. We get prepared to win in Monza for the first time. We will win back-to-back races in terms of the same Grand Prix in consecutive seasons. Nice little feeling that will be. It was expected. We were the favourites. Couldn't get pole. But we get the victory in Monza. There it is. Jeffrey, you don't want to congratulate me. Well, fuck you. Oh, it's been a winning season, and it's definitely come a long way from our past few seasons, hasn't it? So, we're very happy with that result, as I'm sad that Jeffrey isn't happy. There we go. Same mechanic again. And nice little close-up of our car. And I love how Crofty's, you know, again, similar to what we're saying about the same animation, same commentary, isn't it? Toro Rosso has good fostering talent. Well, it's only, you know, considering it's my 7th win of this season, as we move into our 11th of our career and our 22nd podium. And yeah, there we go. Italian Grand Prix done and dusted. We won by 2.8 seconds. Vettel finished in 5th, so we take 15 points off Seb there. Very happy with that. He was distant 5th. So Vettel, Verstappen, Perez, Ricciardo, who started off so well, dropped down to 8th. Ocon and Massa. Standings, look at that, there we go folks, we lead the championship by 11 points, wow. Oh, it's insane to think that we're winning the championship. Alright, Constructors, well, yeah, we're kind of locked for 3rd now, we're not going to catch 2nd, and hopefully we won't get caught by Red Bull, so, yeah, if only Carlos Sainz could score some fucking points. Alright, so let's advance out of this. Heading into an interesting one though in Singapore, because I feel flashbacks are definitely going to come into play there. I don't think we'll challenge for pole. We won't reduce the difficulty down, though, because I feel we should be able to get top 13 there with flashbacks. That generally is what I will assume will be our goal there. Just a bit of a guess anyway. But anyway, so only 104. We move up there with 18 to 87. So have we won this yet? Oh, by 2. We'll win it next round. All right, here we go. Reputation ready? Oh, look at that. Haas is completely full. Mercedes is catching up to Red Bull as the keenness there. And I'm guessing because Ferrari and Mercedes having a bit of struggles in some races. So, oh, that looks so good to see that so full. Can I just point that out? All right, we're off to Singapore next, folks. We're not going to do one of those because obviously we don't have the 1988 McLaren. No, we don't. All right, so thank you for tuning in to Casual Gamer Oz. Like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. We'll be back in Singapore and we'll speak to you then. Good night.